the avenue yet this morning?
No.
It is worth the trip. The entire sidewalk in front of the vegetable stand is covered with pumpkins. Dominic brought in a whole truckload from New Jersey.
Oh.
And this one's for you.
Well, thank you. Oh, he's perfect.
Well, he was selected with great care.
Do pumpkins remind you of Dad?
Always.
He was so compulsive about the carving. I mean, he would take hours, and then we'd be dying of impatience.
Well, it wouldn't have been very good public relations for a surgeon to have a sloppily carved pumpkin in his window,
No,
right?
that's true. That's true. Thank you. He's wonderful.
Oh, you're welcome.
Well, you were in a lovely, lovely mood this morning, aren't you?
Yes, I guess I am. As a matter of fact, I've been on a high for a couple of days. Pat and I went for a walk last night. Then we went to a monster movie on an impulse. Sat down on the stoop and argued about the presidential debates. And I didn't want to go to sleep last night. Couldn't wait to get up this morning. What's wrong?
Truthfully?
Yeah.
It worries me a little that you're getting serious about Pat all over again.
Well, you can relax, kid. It's really all right this time.
I hope so.
We got off on the right foot. At least I did. I'm not pushing. I'm not going around needing him every minute. I'd just rather be with him than the other person in the world, but it's really okay. You've got your own problems to worry about.
Well, can't argue with that.
You come to any decisions?
Oh, the more I think about it, the more confused I get. I saw Frank, and he was so sweet and optimistic about the custody hearing. And he had plans for us and for little John. And I stood there looking at him, and I thought, there's no way in the world that I can tell him that I'm carrying Seneca's child. And at that point, I thought, abortion's the answer.
But it isn't now.
I made the mistake of talking to Seneca again.
Why was that a mistake?
Because he told me how much he wanted to have a baby with Nell.
Oh, Jill. Can I tell you what I'm thinking?
Of course you can.
You're not Nell. You're not Seneca's wife. You've promised each other nothing, and you've no plans to spend your life together.
But Seneca is the father of this child, and I know in my mind that if he knew it, he would want this baby.
And you.
He wants me already. The point is he would want the child. I mean, whether I'm part of that package or not, there's one parent that would welcome it into a world who would be responsible and loving, authoritarian maybe, but loving just the same. And under those circumstances, I just don't see how I can deny this child its life, or deny this baby to Seneca.
What about your life, Jill? What would happen if you told Frank that you're pregnant and that Seneca's the father?
I don't know. I really don't know. I think he would try to understand, but in the end, I think he'd feel that I betrayed him.
How could he, Jill? When you and Seneca were at the beach, Frank had gone back to Delia and was trying to save his marriage.
But he loved me, and I loved him. Oh, look, there's no point in being irrational about it. I mean, that's the way he would feel. And it would be worse because I never told him that Seneca and I slept together. I mean, all fall I've been telling him we were just friends and nothing more. There was nothing to be jealous about.
Are you saying that Frank wouldn't accept it?
I'm saying that he would be disappointed, angry, furious. And there would be no way to move ahead and put this all behind us, because there I would be, day after day, becoming more and more pregnant. And then when the baby was born, I would probably be angry and disappointed in Frank for letting me down.
That would be the end of it?
I think so.
Then what?
Well, I guess I have a couple of fascinating choices. I mean, I could marry Seneca, which I certainly don't want to do. Or I could have the baby and let Seneca raise it by himself. But I really don't want to do that either.
What a mess.
You know, I thought about telling Frank that it was his baby. I just don't think I could get the lie out of my mouth, and if I could, I don't think I could sustain it.
Well, I love Frank. I admire Seneca. But the person I'm most concerned about is you. Oh, Jill, just for 1 minute, don't think about the baby. Don't think about Frank or the Ryans or Seneca Bolak. Just think about Jill Coleridge. What's the best solution for her?
the abortion.
We asked Bradford Anderson to name all the Spinelli nicknames he could remember. Go.
Stone Cold Mr. Serpacino-esque one, Maximista, Blonde One, Original Blonde One, Prince Pectoral, Big Daddy Stone Cold, the Goddess, the Divine One, Bad Blonde One, the Demented One, the Valkyrie, the Brusque Lady of Justice. I could be here for literally 3 days, probably.
See who Spinelli will nickname next on General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
No one understands motherhood better than the women of The View.
Being a mother requires a sense of humor.
Have you ever debated a 2-year-old?
I sometimes feel like the mother hen on the show.
It's the mother of all shows.
The View, weekdays only on ABC.
You know how it is. You look in the mirror one day and you go, how am I going to lose this weight? eDiet's meal delivery from eDiets.com. It's the easiest, smartest, most delicious way to eat great and finally lose the weight. I know you're thinking, eat great and lose weight? Really? Really.
You'll love the food. There's no MSG, no fake sugars.
The food tastes fantastic. It's awesome. Very delicious.
It tastes wonderful.
Call now or go to eDiets.com. Choose from over 100 fresh prepared meals, not dehydrated diet food, but really delicious food. eDiets will deliver your favorite meals and snacks in a chill fresh container.
All you have to do is relax, enjoy, and eat great, all the way to slim.
I lost 115 pounds.
65 pounds.
25 pounds. 94 pounds.
Along the way, eDiets.com gives you real support.
Terrific online tools, access to registered dietitians and trainers, and friends who care about your success.
They're there with you to hold your hand, and they really care. Truthfully, I like everything about eDiets.
I've lost 30 pounds. All of a sudden, I find myself a changed person.
Hey, I made it to 50 pounds, and look at me now, I'm 60 pounds.
Millions of people have turned eDiets.com to lose the weight. Now it's your turn.
Call or go to eDiets.com and sign up for 7 full days of meals, 3 meals per day, fresh prepared just for you, plus snacks. So don't wait. Join eDiets. Eat great food and lose weight fast.
I believe that eDiets can change people's lives.
My husband will often say, "You're the hot wife." That's just boosted my confidence a lot.
eDiets has changed my life forever.
Call to find out how you can get 1 week of meals absolutely free. That's right. 1 week of fresh prepared food, 1 week of weight loss, 1 week of success, free.
Free? What are you waiting for? Call or go online to get started now.
Call 1-800-279-1604 or visit eDiets.com now.
Oh, I got here as fast as I could. It's something awful, isn't it?
It isn't awful at all, Mrs. Ryan. As a matter of fact, it's progress. Please sit down.
I'm upset because I don't usually expect to get a phone call from my lawyer at 8 o'clock in the morning. Actually, I've never even had a lawyer before.
Your husband has petitioned the Supreme Court for a custody hearing.
In Washington?
No, Mrs. Ryan, the state Supreme Court.
Oh.
The petition has been forwarded to family court, and family court has ordered a pre-hearing investigation.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that you can expect a visit from a social worker within a few days.
I don't need a social worker.
Mrs. Ryan, the court's representative wants to see your child in his natural home environment.
Oh, gosh. When?
Well, they don't tell you precisely when.
Well, then how am I supposed to know when I'm supposed to be ready for it?
That's just it. You won't. They want to see the child in his normal environment.
That's totally unfair.
Well, Frank won't have any warning either.
Yeah, but Frank has a housekeeper. His apartment is always clean. He's back at the old apartment when he's not with Jill, and he doesn't have to worry about them walking in and finding the baby screaming with peanut butter in his hair or something like that.
I am not worried about a little stray peanut butter. But there is something that we should discuss.
Yeah.
The fact that you continue to live with the Ryans could suggest to the court that you're still too upset to take care of little John by yourself.
Miss Burney, that is absolute baloney. I'm with the Ryans because I want to be there, because they're the only family that I've got.
Good. Now you emphasize that.
Okay.
I hesitate to ask.
Now, you've told me that I can ask you any question, and vice versa. Am I right?
Well, is it still your intention to redefine your relationship with your brother-in-law?
Oh, do you mean, I still want Pat? Miss Bernie, I want Pat, and I want the baby, and I want the Ryans. Okay? So, is there anything else I should know about the social worker?
Stress your concern for the child and your enjoyment of him.
That's a snap. I will just say that I want the baby to be with the Ryans because I want him to know who he is and where he's from, and I just don't have the heart to take him away from his grandparents.
Exactly.
When is the hearing?
Well, I imagine Frank will want to move things along as quickly as possible. Within a week or so, I should say. Who among the Ryans is going to testify for you? Can you count on Pat?
Oh, I know I can count on Pat. Also my brother. Now, Mary's going to be against me, and so will Johnny. I don't know about Maeve, though.
You mean there's a chance she could testify against Frank?
No, I'm not saying that. It's just that Maeve seems to be on the side of the mother and the child. She's very fair, and I can make her feel guilty.
Well, no matter how you go about it, if you can manage to get some sort of positive testimony from your mother-in-law, that would be a tremendous help.
Well, I think I'm just going to go home and start on that. What do you think my chances are?
Of getting custody?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just say I'm guardedly optimistic.
Good. Because as long as I have the baby, I have the Ryans, too. Going this morning?
Oh, Jill, I don't know. I can't tell. I know what the nurses tell me. I know what Alex thinks, but I don't know what's going on at Jack's head.
Is he asleep?
No, they're changing the dressings, and it hurts. They didn't want me in there.
Well, how are things at Channel R? I mean, how are you managing there?
Well, fortunately, I have a bright, ambitious college trainee working for me. Loves working 18 hours a day, and he's making my life a lot easier. And everybody's been very considerate.
Are you doing the show every evening?
About 4 out of 5. Well, the time saver is that my trainee does all the legwork. I mean, he does all the interviews and the studio support stuff. I just edit and go on the air. When I get around to doing an honest day's work again, I'll have forgotten how.
Oh, I doubt that. Look, I don't want to add to your problems, but I expect that a date for the custody hearing should happen within a week or so.
Really?
Yeah. So I would love an hour of your time at some point so we could go over your testimony.
You want me to testify?
Well, you're Little John's aunt. You've observed conditions in his family since the day he was born. So I assume you have some opinion as to which parent is better equipped to assume responsibility for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to give you some idea of the kind of questions the court might ask you.
Okay. Any evening this week?
All right, I'll let you know.
Good. How do you think it's going to come out?
Well, in spite of tradition and the whole bias against the mother's claim, I guess I'm hopeful. I mean, I know Frank is the more responsible parent. And fathers certainly do have their rights where their children are concerned. I guess I'm just a little confused as to where they begin.
How do you mean?
Well, for instance, if a mother wants to terminate a pregnancy, does the father have a right to object?
Certainly he has a right to object. Are you asking if he has a right to interfere?
Okay. Does he have a right to interfere?
I'm probably not the person to give an opinion on this.
Why not?
Well, because I'm not sure the mother has a right to terminate a pregnancy. But if she did, or if I did, because that's what it gets down to, I couldn't imagine doing it without consulting Jack.
Because of his rights as a father?
Oh, Jill, come on, because we made the baby together. Part me, part him. And I couldn't terminate, as you so delicately put it, my part without getting his part, too. Too simplistic, huh?
No, I guess that's about as good an answer as any. But what about the argument that it's the woman's body, and therefore she should have a choice whether or not to carry the child?
Why couldn't you just as well say it's the baby's body? And wouldn't the baby choose to live? I get the distinct impression that wasn't what you wanted me to say.
No, not at all.
Well, what's this have to do with Frank and custody of little John?
Nothing. I mean, nothing beyond the fact that I've been doing a lot of thinking about father's rights. I mean, in connection with the two of them. And then I found out that a friend of mine who's here in the hospital is pregnant. She hasn't told the father because she just doesn't know what to do.
Jack Manning will not get away with what he did to you.
This week,
my fiance is brain dead because of that little kid.
A father protects his son.
We're going to keep Jack out of prison.
You can't just let him walk.
And Rex wants justice.
I will make you pay.
Deal with it.
Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
I'm Chef Michael, and my dog Bailey and I love to hang out in the kitchen. You love the aroma of beef tenderloin, don't you? You inspired a very special dog food.
Chef Michael's Canine Creations. Chef-inspired, dog-desired. Even when it's hot.
I'm smooth.
Even in the wind.
I'm sleek.
The new standard of smooth. It's the Eversleek smoothing system from L'Oreal. Free of heavy silicones, free of harsh sulfates. To smooth frizz down without weighing hair down.
And nothing weighs me down, ever.
Now, natural oils create a light as air smooth that stands up to anything.
Nothing beats this sleek.
New Eversleek, only from L'Oreal.
And we're worth it.
Look, I'm done being an M&M spokescan.
Blue.
No. I've got a new gig now, and it's a perfect fit.
The M&Ms split up. Reunite them by looking under the wrapper, and you can win $100,000.
If I tell them the truth, it'll blow them apart.
This week, a paternity secret comes out.
He's your son, Lucky.
I'm gonna try to not let you down.
But when his brother can't handle the truth,
Aiden is my son.
How far will he go? Watch General Hospital, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Can't get enough of your favorite ABC soaps?
Don't leave me hanging here.
Head to abc.com/daytime and check out the full episode player for current episodes of All My Children, One Life to Live, and General Hospital.
You came to the right place.
Only on abc.com/daytime.
Sorry I'm so late, but I wanted to get some pajamas for little John with feet on it.
Yes, John told me.
Except they didn't have a size. Oh, but it was great, though. I took this beautiful walk. You know, Dom has all those pumpkins lined up all over the street.
Yes, I saw them on my way back from Mass.
You know, I wanted to buy dozens of them, one for each and every one of the Ryans. But you know what I did?
I wouldn't even venture a guess.
I took a walk by my old apartment block.
Oh, did you now?
I don't know if it's because I'm older, but it just didn't make me so sad anymore. You know, I went by the alleyway where Bobby took that garbage can. He made that basketball hoop out of it.
Oh,
and then I saw the ventilating shaft where I hit it, and then I got stuck. I guess you remember that.
Oh, could I ever forget it?
And they got me out. And Maeve, you were so sweet to me. I remember you let me stay over here that night.
Yes.
And I got up in the middle of the night, and I had those awful nightmares. And you sat with me. You know, Maeve, it just doesn't seem like it was so long ago.
It wasn't, dear.
You know, I used to pretend that I belonged to you. Not crazy? You know, sometimes I still do.
Oh, dear.
No, it's true. See, I felt in order to be like your daughter, I had to marry one of your sons. In order to stay your daughter, well, I can't let your son take little John away from me.
Dee, what's on your mind? I'd give the world to know.
Well, exactly what I said. If Jill and Frank take little John away from me, you're not going to want me around here anymore.
Dee, I don't think you understand what this custody hearing is all about.
Yeah, I do.
You know, the real issue is not what you want or what Frank's wants, but who's going to make the better home for that little boy in there?
And you're saying that Frank will?
I do.
You mean to tell me you're going to get up in front of a judge and say that?
Darling, I'm going to get up and answer the questions they ask of me as truthfully as I can.
I can't believe that you think that Frank and his lover, who was working all the time in a housekeeper, would take better care of my son than his own mother.
Delia, as I've said many times before, when you're yourself, you're a fine mother. When you're upset, you're not.
Don't you ever get upset? I mean, are you always perfect?
I am not talking about perfection, and besides, we're not talking about me. When things are not going well, you take to your bed in tears and hysterics, announcing that it's all too much for you. And then you get up and you pay too much attention to the baby because you're guilty for having neglected him in the first place.
Well, I'm not like that all the time.
Well, you've done a lot of that lately, and I don't see any signs where you're going to change. I can't help thinking that little John would be better off in a quiet, well-organized, well-run home.
Yeah, well, never mind me then, right?
You are not the center of the universe,
Please,
Delia!
must you be so mean? There is no one else in this family that's on my side. The one person who I thought loved and trusted me won't say one word on my behalf. Now, Pat has to testify because he saw Jill and Frank in bed together. There's not one member of this family who'll say anything nice about me.
Let me say it one more time. This custody hearing is not about you. If John asked, I've gone out for a half hour.
They're gonna do it. They're really gonna take that baby away from me if it's the last thing they do. That really is the only thing I have left.
Next, spend some time in Genoa City with the young and the restless. Later, see who's stirring up trouble in Pine Valley on All My Children, only on SoapNet.
You killed my mother? You son of a bitch!
Everyone thinks Rafe's guilty.
Turned Rafe into a killing machine in that house.
But clearing his name for one murder
Somebody help me!
may leave him responsible for another. Watch Days of Our Lives weeknights at 6 and 11 on SoapNet.
How will her true feelings
I just want you to know I'm attracted to you.
affect their friendship? And
You slept with Kara.
I didn't. How will her guilty secret
I did something really bad.
affect their marriage? Watch All My Children weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 8 on SoapNet.
Being a mother can be very rewarding.
Motherhood changes everything.
I fully believe in mother's intuition.
I know when my baby just needs some mother love.
One step at a time. That's what parenthood is, and motherhood especially.
The View, weekdays only on ABC.
That pledge you have does more than polish wood. It also cleans leather, gives a luster to laminate, stainless, even granite. Today, Pledge shines more than end tables.
SC Johnson, a family company.
When you use Cottonelle Fresh Flushable Moist Wipes every day, you get so hooked you'll want to pass it on to a friend. Go to getfreshwithafriend.com. Tell a friend about Fresh, and you'll both get a Cottonelle Fresh reward. So Fresh is always at your fingertips.
It can happen anywhere. That itch you can't scratch, embarrassing odor, you don't feel like yourself.
Vagisil medicated wipes relieves itch, odor, even cleanses. Fast. Be the woman you want to be 100% of the time. Vagisil.
One of the challenges for Kayla being gluten-free is actually finding choices the whole family will love. 5 flavors of Chex are gluten-free, including the honey nut flavor, and it's nice for me to be able to say yes to something that they want to eat.
Chex cereal, 5 flavors, gluten-free.
It's the time for giving. The time to sum up all your feelings in one special gift for that special someone. So give them a gift they'll never forget. Give them the gift of livestock.
How did you know? It's perfect.
Whatever cause you're passionate about, give it as a gift at changingthepresent.org.
Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has a status update on your favorite stars. On General Hospital, Ingo Rademacher and Vanessa Marcel Giovinazzo say so long to poor Charles.
Wow.
And Constance Towers is back as troublemaker Helena.
It's true.
On One Life to Live, Tony Award-winning actress LaShawns debuts as Yvette, while Tuck Watkins returns as David Vickers.
What do you think about that?
And on All My Children,
Greenlee.
Josh Duhamel, Eva LaRue, and Torsten Kay take one more trip to Pine Valley.
I'm here to stay.
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet and ABC.com. This summer, the party's on SoapNet.
We have a party to rock.
You will never take over my life.
Nothing is going to change how I feel about you. I love
Love can't die, baby.
Oh, it is so on.
What? Shut up! And you won't believe who's coming.
You're back.
This is one summer shindig you don't want to miss.
I am ready to have the summer of my life.
Only on SoapNet.
Down.
The same as if it were a divorce proceeding. I mean, as far as the court's concerned, one adultery, more or less, sort of cancels out the other.
Yes. If you'd like to come in for a few minutes, you certainly may, but I think I should warn you. He's in pain and he's being difficult. Well, I'll give it a try anyway.
Well, this is obviously not the morning for me to visit him. Will you tell him that I was here and that I love him?
Thanks.
Take care.
Call me.
I will.
Jillian.
Oh, Maeve, good morning. I feel like I haven't seen you in days.
I know. Was that Mary I just saw go in there?
Yeah, I found her waiting outside Jack's room. Seems like this is a very bad morning for him.
Oh, well, then I better give him another minute or two. Are you all right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Oh, a little anxious, I guess.
Oh?
Well, not about myself, about a friend. She, just discovered that she's pregnant. She doesn't know what to do about it.
What to do about it? Is it too much to ask for her to go home, tell her husband, and be happy?
Maeve, she's not married. Her personal life is a mess.
Oh, dear heaven. The alternative, I suppose, is to kill the baby.
Maeve, that's what an abortion means to you, doesn't it?
Seems to me that's what an abortion is to the baby.
But doesn't a woman have the right to choose whether or not she wants to be a mother?
Oh, she has the right and the responsibility before she's conceived the child, of course.
But not after? I mean, even when it's going to drastically change her whole life?
Darling, life is change, girl, or haven't you noticed?
Oh, Maeve, don't be angry with me.
Oh, I'm not angry with you, Jill. It's mindless trends that make me angry and selfishness that makes me angry. Seems there's an awful lot of talk these days about a mother's rights. Precious little about babies' rights. The only difference being that the mothers can take care of themselves and the babies can't. That's interesting. I suppose the person I'm angry with at the moment is Delia.
Delia?
She's using little John.
Oh, Maeve, forgive me, but she's been using little John since the day he was born.
Well, I don't want to believe it, but perhaps you're right. She certainly is using him now to secure her position with the family. She treats this whole custody hearing like it's some kind of family vendetta against her personally. She's not got a thought in her head what's best for the child, just what's best for her. We just had to go around about it. I'm afraid my feelings must have spillen over to you and your unfortunate friend.
It's all right. I knew that if I brought up the subject, you couldn't be casual about it.
Bringing in a child into the world is such a simple thing. And yet it's such an awesome act, I wonder why anyone ever really undertakes it at all.
I know.
Especially if you believe, and I truly do, that God has all manner of things intended for each and every one of us. And the idea that you're responsible for another human being and that it's up to you in the beginning to make sure that that person is directed in the right way. That thought still puts me on my knees. At the same time, it's such a pleasure, you know.
Yeah.
Children are what it's all about. Oh, that sad, lovely face. I didn't mean to upset you, dear. I'm not mad at you. I do love you, in spite of our troubles.
I hope you always will. Anyway, I don't want to keep you any longer. You better go in there while Mary's still there.
Yes, I should. See you soon, huh?
Thank you.
Yes, dear.
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.